tuning into this video today. I really appreciate you checking it out. Today I'm going to be talking about some analog gear that I have. First thing up is this. It is a light meter by Sekonic. It's a Sekonic Studio Deluxe 3. And what this does is it manually reads the light by pressing this button in the front. Tells you kind of where to start setting the dials on this, and then it gives you the proper reading for, you know, your f-stop and your shutter speed based on what ISO you select. The reason I got this is because I also bought some film for some of my more vintage cameras, such as the Hasselblad. And so the Hasselblad, it takes 120 medium format film. And the thing is, if we look at the lens, everything is manual, okay? Everything is analog on this, meaning if you don't know where to set the f-stop and the shutter speed, your pictures are going to come out either blown out or, you know, underexposed, and that's where the light meter really comes in. So the light meter is going to tell me when I'm taking pictures with that camera what f-stop I should be using, or recommending. It'll give you all the different readings so you can select the f-stop, and it'll tell you the appropriate shutter speed that you should be using for that f-stop. And so it's going to be a very unique process. I've never used one of these with film cameras before. Usually I would just take out my digital camera to get the meter reading from it and then set that up on the analog camera and take a photo. But I'm going to go completely analog, hopefully this weekend, and take some pictures just with using this light meter, which takes no batteries, by the way. It's just powered by the light, and using this 120 medium format film. So we'll see how that goes. Now, a little bit on this film, it's not cheap. 5 rolls of this film will cost about 40 bucks, and that's the cheaper stuff too. And when you buy it, the interesting thing with film is you have to buy the appropriate ISO for the situation. So this particular ISO is 400, which I find to be really good for just kind of handheld, out and about photography. I wouldn't go any lower than that just to be safe, but yeah, should be fun. I used to shoot with a Rolleiflex that I once had, and sadly I sold it, but I'm definitely not doing that mistake again, because I really miss having that Rolleiflex, because it was just a very vintage camera from the 1940s, and I was an idiot and I sold it. But now I've got some really cool vintage cameras. This one is a Holga camera. It's a Japanese camera. It's just all plastic, which is crazy. It takes 120 format film as well. And the unique thing is, if you ever get one of these just for fun and kind of artsy stuff, you have to tape up the entire camera all around the cracks here, all around the front, because light will start leaking in, and then it can just completely ruin the film. Although a little bit of light leak can give it kind of an artsy touch, but it'll do so much that it just ruins the film. And for a all plastic camera, it's pretty fun to shoot with. It weighs absolutely nothing, and you can get some pretty unique photos out of it. Also have this Brownie camera that takes 120 medium format film as well. It was just kind of that cheap camera that you sling around your neck. You got a bulb in it. I don't have the bulb for it. I'm not sure if you can actually get those anymore. And then you have no settings whatsoever on here. It's just point and shoot is all you get to do with it. But I'm going to take it out and take some photos with it as well. So should be pretty cool as well. And this one's probably the coolest one I have. It is the Kodak pocket camera from the 1900s. This one's like a 1915, and it is, again, it's all manual settings. It takes 127 format film. It was called the soldier's camera because in World War I, a lot of soldiers would carry this around. They could just put it in their pockets, and it's just very small and compact. The other unique thing is it comes with this little metal pin, and what you do is you can actually write on the film. You get the right kind of film to do it, and it will allow you to just sign your name or maybe make a date to record when that photo was taken. So it's a very unique camera. I've not ever come across any other camera that has that kind of feature. But one day I'll buy some film for it, take it out, see how it works. But yeah, that's just a little bit about some of the analog gear that I have. I love digital, but analog is kind of special because with film, you have very few chances to get it right. With this film, I only have 12 shots to get it right. So that's where the meter's going to come in handy, and just kind of using, my artistic eyes to make sure that I'm getting the right shot and really planning it out. It really forces you to slow down. Whereas right now we're so spoiled with these digital cameras, we can just hold down the trigger and just take thousands of pictures and maybe get one that turns out good. But with analog, you kind of have to slow down, really think out the shots, plan it out, and then take it. And you know what? It might be that it didn't get focused just right, or something bumped the camera. You can't go back and fix it. You just have to wind it up, take the shot again, and hope you got it right that time. And then there's kind of the part of it where you have to wait for it to get developed. Unless you're developing it yourself, then you're kind of in that process. I don't plan on developing it myself, but I'm just going to send the film off to get developed. But that's a little bit about what I'm going to be up to and some of the interesting analog gear that I have. If you have any questions, let me know. Just find me on Instagram at Patience and Hustle, or email me, lance@patienceandhustledaily.com. And be sure to visit my website, patienceandhustledaily.com. And until next time, have a great week.